Okay, so Joe Rogan and Candice Owens have been questioning the Trump agenda, trashing some of it as it relates to due process, sending people to El Salvador to the prison without due process. We can see Joe Rogan's mind ticking over here. He did support Trump. He does. He's a MAGA person. He went that way. Seems like he's starting to regret it. I did do a video on the other channel where he was questioning this, and now a couple of weeks later, he's saying more about it. Yeah, as I said, you can see his mind ticking over slowly. Why this matters is because he's just got such a huge audience, and Candice Owens too. So they are influential on a lot of people. Let's just listen and I'll react to some of it.
About due process. No, fuck that. But here's the problem with fuck that. The problem with things that are going in a radical direction, and then there's an overcorrection. So the overcorrection is lack of due process. The overcorrection is like round them all up, ship them to jail. Like that's like some things that you say when you're not thinking things through. Like, what do you do about all the criminals? Take them all, fucking send them to El Salvador.
Yeah.
What about due process? No, fuck that.
Well, he's saying that it's like an accident. They're overcorrecting, but maybe this is the agenda all along. Some of us aren't surprised at what's happening. It is surprising how fast it's happening, but they are saying outright they even want to send US citizens there. Trump has said that in the Oval Office with the El Salvadorian president, and so people like Joe Rogan perhaps saw that, Candice Owens too, and they're going, oh, hold on a minute, what's going on? I didn't vote for this, and now they're backtracking on it. But that's a good thing because they got such a big audience that they might convince some people that this is not the way to go. But I'm not sure if it's overcorrecting. It's just their agenda, right?
Well, here's the problem with fuck that. What if you are an enemy of, let's not say any current president. Let's pretend we got a new president, totally new guy in 2028. And this is a common practice now of just rounding up gang members with no due process and shipping them to El Salvador. You're a gang member. No, I'm not. Prove it. What? I got to go to court. No, yeah. No due process.
That's dangerous, Joe.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
No kidding. It's dangerous, and that's what's happening.
It's dangerous. We got to be careful that we don't become monsters while we're fighting monsters. I think due process exists for a reason.
No kidding. It's like he's discovering this for the first time when it's been around for a very long time. The reason for it is so what is happening now doesn't happen.
And the reason is it is horrific for someone to be accused of something they didn't do, be imprisoned for crimes they didn't commit, and then live in a cell, live in a cage with a bunch of
people who did commit shit.
Here it is, Benjamin Franklin. It's better 100 guilty persons should escape than one innocent person should suffer. That is wisdom that has survived hundreds of years. It's incredibly accurate, and it is the foundation of freedom. Like, we have to make sure that these people are actually guilty, otherwise we become monsters.
No kidding. It's good that he's saying this, but it's just clicking with him now, and it's been going on for a while now. It's taken him a while to get around. Hopefully he'll start talking more and more against it, about what's going on, and not let the Trump regime get away with what is going on. Maybe Fox News will even say something, but I really doubt that. The one liberal on there that they have is saying something about it, but they're like the Trump regime media at the moment.
Like, what is that? When you fight monsters, be careful that you don't become one.
Become one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very important. It's very important. You know, you can't do that. You know, it's one of those things where to support one side of this, you have to deny some like basic human values. Either way, like to support just rounding people up and just assuming they're all gang members. I'm not saying they're doing that, but
they are doing that, Joe. They are doing that.
This is the worst case scenario, right?
Yeah.
They get a bunch of people in a room, they rope them all in, and one guy's just someone's cousin picking someone up to give them a ride home. That's possible.
And now you're back on the one innocent person now you're right back.
And what if that dude is not doing anything wrong and he's got some stupid tattoos and they just...
There you go. That's the gay barber that he talked about, that he started questioning, that had done nothing wrong, and he got swept up in this. So at least Joe's talking about this more.
That this guy's a gang member, and now you're in a prison in El Salvador, and you're not even from El Salvador. And now, you know, you were just a hairdresser, or you were a tattoo artist,
family
or whatever
man.
you are.
Yeah.
You came over here, and maybe you got a green card, and maybe you don't. Maybe you were just given asylum, because a lot of people from Venezuela were given asylum in America.
Yeah.
and then you get shipped to El Salvador, where you're not even from El Salvador.
As I said, at least he's starting to think about it, and you can see his brain ticking over. Hey, maybe this is wrong. Maybe this is not the right thing. Maybe the Trump regime's not doing the right thing here. So hopefully he keeps talking about it. Now let's get to Candice Owens.
Where are all of those free speech people who grifted off of free speech and who won't say anything?
David Friedman.
This is Anna from TYT, if you don't know who that is on the bottom.
Who actually was Trump's ambassador to Israel in his first term. He doesn't just stop at progressives and their critique of Israel.
You're alluding to Candice Owens and Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, none of them are any good on the right. On the left, I don't like any of these anti-Semites, and I'm not shy about it. There's no reason to think we're ever going to convince them, but we can deport them, we can put them in jail, we can make their lives miserable, we can cut off their funding, and that's what the Trump administration is doing for the first time.
And so, yes, okay, putting these people in prison, taking away their rights. These mega people are saying, hold on, this is not what we voted for. Are they going to come after us? You know, that's the classic thing. We don't care when they go after people that we think they should go after, but it's a slippery slope. Maybe they'll come after us.
Answer to a question about Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. So we're not talking about student visas anymore. So Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and everyone else, you start slightly criticizing Israel. We got a jail in Louisiana and then one in El Salvador that Israel can send you to via the US government.
It's insane. Okay, it is insane. Time for Americans to wake up to what is happening, okay, because our freedoms will be taken away very quickly.
There you go. She said it, and Joe Rogan is getting it too. They start sending some people away. If you start saying that's okay, they come after more people. They're already talking about imprisoning US citizens. If he could do that, Trump said, if the law allows, he doesn't know if it could, but you can see that they're getting there, and they could just lock anybody away, including journalists, including podcasters, including people like them.
I will not tolerate whether it's happening on the left or the right.
All right, let me know what you think about this. Let me know in the comments. This is a new channel. This is only the 7th video here, so do leave a comment. Do leave a like if you've got value out of this video. And do subscribe. We've got over 600 subscribers so far, just with 6 videos, so that's great. And I'm going to put a related video here if you're watching this on YouTube. Thanks for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one.